transforms.
Okay, so in the last video,
there is a part where he transforms,
very slow. I
he
had
doesn't
no idea
necessarily,
what I
you
was
know,
doing. But just to give you an
do
idea of
anything
what I've been working on,
else, does he?
I
Well,
have
yes,
a play
actually,
blast
he
here
does.
for you
So let's
of
close
what
that.
I animated just this morning. So
And
let's
if you take
just
a look
go
here,
into that.
I've animated, I have it in here in this video a lot more than you
So
saw
I
with
worked
the
on
play
this
blast.
very early in the morning, and
Megatron
it
comes
was
down
very
and he
hard.
freaks out, he gets ready to
It took me
fight,
a
and then
long
he points,
time
hey look, a
to actually
distraction,
get it the
and
way
he
I wanted.
transforms
But you
and
know what? I had
drives
fun,
away.
and I loved
So,
it, and as you can see, I'm still having fun with
the
it.
reason why
more.
Megatron hasn't done anything yet is because he hasn't been animated yet.
I'm
So
getting to
in
the
this
point
video, that's what I
where
will be doing.
I'm making another
In the last
character
video, I
animated.
explained that I was
I'm
going to be
animating another
making him
character,
stand up.
and so let's have some fun with
go
that.
ahead and do that.
For those of you who have been watching my previous videos, I have got to do that for those people who have just not seen my other videos, my first videos. So I'm going to be making this guy, as I said in the last video. Megatron is going to do a bit of a bouncing stance.
Stand him up.
Bounce.
And then rotate him.
If it were so easy, I'm going to have to like make his stance a little bit more.
But he's going to be.
I'm at the point where Optimus is pointing, and now I have to rotate his posture, which is going to be very difficult. Not nearly as hard as some other things with this software and animation and stuff, but
as those are the knee controls. What the frick?
So
whoops.
What I'm going to do here is lower his foot, because it does not need to be up right now. Yeah, it's going up. It's gone up and stayed up. So I'm going to move it to the right a little bit, and then
so down
set
here
it
I should have
down. So that way his stance is straight, and the audience can understand that.
No, that's not it.
I'm going to turn his hero roll off to 0, so that his foot places itself nicely on the ground. There we go. But I still want to be able to select that control, so let's make sure.
So, oh yeah, that's right. His toe roll is right there.
Now it's not like hovering over the ground like it was before. So, right here, these are not necessarily any validated balls. They're just for when he transforms. They are also on Optimus for when he transforms as well.
Setting his foot down.
If I go over to the Play Blast, you can see that Optimus, when he transforms, I'll just kind of demonstrate for you what his rig looks like.
We'll set that to 0.
I won't necessarily be able to show it to you fully.
And then set this to 0 as well after we key it.
To the point where it hasn't fully transformed, but you know, he's right there, and you see his arm. That's his arm. You see, if I rotate that just a little bit, yeah, that's his arm.
And
so
grab the hips.
If I move forward through time, his arm implants itself right into place and it drives off. So yeah, that's how it's going to go. Now, you're probably wondering, where the crap did our friendly, not so friendly, model go? Well, he pounds himself into the ground, does that come at me bro move, and gets into that stance where it's like, we're going to spar, we're going to fight, and then Optimus points his finger out in like some direction, like, distraction. And
Megatron also has the capability to transform into whatever he transforms into. And I know how to do that. Unfortunately, though,
let's get back to our anime.
Transformation controls disappeared, so unfortunately he will not be transforming in this video.
I can see that the fist just
but he will be transforming in other. He won't be transforming in his animation.
Kind of needs to be in there.
So
but I'll put that in there when I'm doing a bit of polishing, going in and fixing things. Since I'm not.
So if I can get this hip pose just right.
Is that what I think it is? Oh my goodness. So I've been in the past videos.
We need to
I have been
take out that rotation.
A little lost, a little bit stuck because of something that happened. And I think I just realized what was wrong. Okay, never mind. I didn't, but I thought that was really cool. So in past videos, I've realized that I cannot transform Megatron in this scene. In other scenes, I will be doing so, but just not this one, because there are some controls in here that have disappeared and will not show themselves to me. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. So here's what happens next. He comes up, gets ready, and then Optimus is just points. But right here, I'm going to lower his arm, because that does not need to be directly in front of his face.
I'm sorry, I'm so silent. I might have just turned off the sound in the first place. Let me go ahead and do that.
Because right now it is. Right now, I think I'm pretty sure he's looking at his opponent, but his face is being covered by his arm. So I'm going to kind of move that out of the way. Where should I move out of the way? Right here, this pose. But the cake is a lie. Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted there for a second. Now his arm isn't in front of his face, but so how is this going to go next? So I've just been sitting here thinking,
him a bit of a bounce as he stands up.
I'm thinking, like, how is this going to play out? And now that he can see that Optimus is pointing, and it's pretty obvious to the audience. So he points. That's when the head makes its rotation. But I want to make it as soon as that finger hits that point. So it's like, hits that, and Megatron turns his head to look, and there we go. So look, what? So yeah, that is going on. Points, and Megatron looks, but somehow I'm not liking how that timing goes. Yeah, I actually like that. That works out pretty well. What? Yeah, there we go. So, pulls up his hand. What? So, he turns his head and looks. I'm kind of thinking about having that a little faster, since he wants
to. It doesn't really matter if his eye's up to his thing, but to me it does.
Better reflexes.
And I want him to be looking directly at Optimus, so that it doesn't look like he's no-scoping his gun, because Optimus is like to him only 3 feet away, although it's pretty obvious where his gun's pointing, where it's going to go.
And he's distracted. Now he's going to stay there for a minute, but
so I'm going to mute the sound so that I can continue working on that.
And while he's looking, we should have him rotate and move up a little bit. Now, I've said this in my past videos, guys, this is not a tutorial, so if you get confused, that's why. I'm not explaining anything, but just like I am playing with toys.
So I paused there for a minute because my brother was trying to explain to me that he had a grape, a mouth full of grapes, and he ended up just throwing up on the floor. So I had to stop the video for a second and mess that up, clean it up. Excuse me.
And that shouldn't start happening.
So let's bend his arm a little bit. I give his arm some bend, but that keyframe is not necessary. It's going to mess us up. And the expression.
Yeah, I probably won't take that back because it shouldn't start happening until that point.
Whoops. Give his arm some rotation.
Yeah, I've been doing a little thinking there while I was moving around. Unfortunately, I cannot edit these videos, so I'll be a little bit of this. So you can go ahead and skip through when I do things like that.
Transforms, runs away. So I've been doing very good at shortening my time down in my videos. So I'm going to cut the video off here. I know it's only 11 minutes, but it's close to that time range. So before I cut the video off, I'm going to shorten down that timeline right there so that we can see all of the animation we've done so far. And that's a little bit too far back. Yeah, so as we can see, it has a few... Megatron, for some reason, is very chippy. Maybe it's because we haven't play blasted it, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and play blast it, take a look at it, and fix it up in the next video. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Lost my lucky volunteer, 40 years ago. Let's just fix his stance up there. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will get back to you later. In the next video, I will be adding the actual turn-off, because if you haven't noticed, I've been rotating him a little bit so that he turns to see what he's looking at. Yeah. Anyway, I will get back to you later.